I wanted to start this program off just by telling you guys a little bit about who I am and why I set this program up. So, my name is Chris Barsness, and I created this course for you. I've been a practicing attorney for almost 23 years, 20 years or so of it in Southern California, the last 3 years or so in the Dallas area in Texas. And I created this because over my career, I can't tell you the number of times that people have come to me and said, hey, here's a problem that I'm having. Is it really worth me spending the money on it? Now, even myself, I've been through a divorce, child custody issues, and I've had to hire other attorneys. And looking at it, I say, yeah, it really feels like this is something that I could do myself. And so I've wondered myself, is this something I should do myself? And a lot of times I've even been honest with clients and said, hey, look, this is not that difficult for you to do. I know that, whatever fee I'm quoting you might seem like a lot of money. So if you can't afford that, here's a few steps, some self-help you can go to and other things you can do to go do it yourself. And there could be some risks. And that's what I'm going to talk about in some of these videos by practice area. Like, okay, if you're going to do this yourself, here's some things you should think about. Here's some risks or, just general things to consider before deciding to do that. And I'm not going to tell you yes or no, whether you should or shouldn't. That's up to you to decide. But I've been practicing over 20 years. I've done all kinds of things from bankruptcy to different litigation, worked in workers' comp. I've done civil litigation, gone to trial several times in both state and federal court. I've done transactions, tons of different contracts, helped people raise money. Right now, I'm a corporate and securities partner. So that's kind of my main area is buying and selling businesses and helping people raise capital. So I've dealt with all kinds of things. I've helped people set up wills and trusts throughout my career. So I have a general knowledge of a lot of different areas, and I'm basically giving that to you to say, here's the way it works. And if you choose to do it yourself, there you go. Here's like the pros and the cons. Here's some of the things you should think about. What would it cost me if I was going to go to a lawyer for this? And I'll give you a general idea. And usually I recommend, at least if it's something you don't really know, researching it from valid sources online or a law library, and then going to an attorney who specializes in that area of law in your local community and just offering to say, hey, can I get a paid consultation? I'll pay you for an hour of your time. They don't have to give a free consultation, and you can, pick their brain about, hey, I'm going to do this myself, or thinking about it. What are the things I should consider? And then you can make a decision. Okay, how much would it cost to hire you? So at that point, you can decide, okay, well, you know what? I can't afford that. I'm just going to do it myself, or I'm going to find some type of self-help service to help me do it. So that's kind of what I'm going to cover today. And in these different courses, you can pick whatever area of law you're focused on. Like if you're wondering about setting up a will or a trust to protect your kids, make sure your inheritance goes to them. Then the section on estate planning, wills and trusts, I'll go over some of the online services and to give you an idea, okay, is this something I can do myself or not? Or anything from criminal law to personal injury, contracts, all of that. I'm going to have separate sections and modules on each of those. So you can make a decision, okay, yes, this is something I want to do myself or not. And there is a community set up in here that you can post questions, talk and give feedback back and forth. I'm going to monitor that. And, if I'm able to provide feedback to you, it's not legal advice. You're not hiring me as your lawyer, but I am licensed in only Texas and California. And even by providing advice here, I'm not technically your lawyer. I'm just doing this for educational purposes only. If I answer any of your questions, that's basically it. It's for educational purposes only. But feel free to go through whatever module you think fits you. And I'm glad you are here and purchased this course.